And in this day and age, every single problem is interconnected. And we need to think about how we're going to pull each other together to solve really big, serious challenges.
With respect to the drone inside of Iran, I'm not going to comment on intelligence matters that are classified. We have asked for it back. We'll see how the Iranians respond.
We decided to show that we can deal with this issue in a very friendly and peaceful manner and put it in the playful hands of the children of Iran to pursue a soft war with Mr. Obama and the US.
As the tide of war recedes, a wave of change is washed across the Middle East and North Africa, from Tunis to Cairo, from Sana'a to Tripoli. How this incredible transformation will end remains uncertain. And in Syria, I have no doubt that the Assad regime will soon discover that the forces of change.
We condemn Syria's shooting down of the Turkish
Where should a red line be drawn? A red line should be drawn right here.
It's no secret that Russia and China have advanced cyber capabilities. Iran has also undertaken a concerted effort to use cyberspace to its advantage. It is the battlefield of the future. A cyber attack perpetrated by nation states or violent extremist groups could be as destructive as the terrorist attack on 9/11. The most destructive scenarios involve cyber actors launching several attacks on our critical infrastructure at one time. Attackers could also seek to disable or degrade critical military systems and communication networks. The collective result could be a cyber Pearl Harbor.
There's any fool in New York flying right now.
Besides us.
Yeah, well, and then that could possibly be the center just ahead.
Okay, what about flying into that thing?
It's completely open to the east. Oh yeah, it's just ripped open.
But this one is rather unprecedented because it's being steered back towards the U.S. coast, as it's a little different animal than what we normally fly.
We can't attribute any particular weather event to climate change. What we do know is the temperature around the globe is increasing. We do know that the Arctic ice cap is melting faster than was predicted even 5 years ago. And I am a firm believer that climate change is real, that it is impacted by human behavior, and as a consequence, I think we've got an obligation to future generations to do something about it. And understandably, I think the American people right now have been so focused on our economy and jobs and growth that, if the message is somehow we're going to ignore jobs and growth simply to address climate change, I don't think anybody's going to go for that. I won't go for that.
Good afternoon. What kind of Iranian aircraft? The Iranian Su-25 Frogfoot aircraft. At approximately the 16 nautical mile range, moved further out. They intercepted the aircraft and fired multiple rounds.
So was Secretary Panetta awoken or advised of this incident when it occurred?
He was advised very early in the morning of the incident.
At this point, all U.S. forces are on the ground here in Israel. Undoubtedly, the exercise scenario is clearly driven by the overall situation in the Middle East, but, and I must stress this, it is not related to any specific current events in the region.
Today I want to make it absolutely clear to Assad and those under his command, the world is watching. The use of chemical weapons is and would be totally unacceptable. There will be consequences and you will be held accountable.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the world. So many ways right now.
Yeah. The whole world is watching. And the President of the United States has made very clear that there will be consequences if the Assad regime makes a terrible mistake by using these chemical weapons on their own people.
'We'll be defending the people of the city of Adana against a possible tactical ballistic missile threat from Syria.
주체 102 2013년 2월 12일 북부 지하 핵시험장에서 제3차 지하 핵시험을 성공적으로 진행하였다.
As we stand by our allies, strengthen our own missile defense, the regime in North Korea must know provocations of the sort we saw last night will only further isolate them. Likewise, the leaders of Iran must recognize that now's the time for a diplomatic solution, and we will do what is necessary to prevent them from getting a nuclear weapon.
The asteroid 2012 DA-14 flying by the Earth flies so far away, no one on Earth is in danger.
we've got ahead of us a lot of challenges. We are living at a very defining time in the world.
And we need to think about how we're going to pull each other together to solve really big, serious challenges. We also need to admit that the opportunities that people in other parts of the world want to touch as much as we do are not going to be decided by military. They're going to be decided by creating new opportunities for people everywhere. And so we're all connected to this. And we have to be patient, we have to be strong, we have to recognize how we can find some common sense, unifying approaches to solve these kinds of problems.
In our time, the biblical prophecies are being realized. As the prophet Amos said, they shall rebuild ruined cities and inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards and drink their wine. They shall till gardens and eat their fruit, and I will plant them upon their soil.